Drokunamda Ina Chepashon Idam Guru Ratnamandala Kamnuyatayami Chodan Toki Chodnamla Chanchu Padu Dadni Kyapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Rola Penchir Sangye Dupasho Nam Soki Chonamla Chanchu Badu Dadni Kyapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Rola Penchir Sangye Dupasho Toki Chonamla Chanchu Badu Dadni Kapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sanam Ki Rola Penchir Sangye Dupasho Shogudi Shmogudi. Do you have a homework? Let's go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh boy, alright. Oh, okay. Wow.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh, lemon.
What are the two traditional divisions of the mind-only school?
The one leaning to scripture
First
and
Scripture and logic.
the one clinging to scripture and logic.
The one that what?
Leaning to scripture and the one closer to logic.
Basically.
Yeah, you can also say the ones leaning towards Saltrantica. The ones, well, there are others.
That is just complicated.
Maybe that didn't come up.
The ones that follow scripture and the ones that follow logic.
That's correct.
And Tibetan?
The rivers and the livers. Yeah. Oh, Rick Mama? No. Are they Mawas? Not Mawas? Nothing. Okay, I got it.
They are wandering in the dark.
That wasn't that dark. Perfectly.
How do you say follower? Jesu.
Oh, Jesu.
Dangwa.
Jang?
Jendang.
Brickbay Jenjang and
Yeah, Lungi Jin.
That's pretty good. Good job, Geshe-la.
What are they? I mean, what do they mean?
those who follow scripture. And
Those who tend more to just take what the book says, and those who want to think about it, like the Ben Kramers. Okay, which are higher?
The bank
Yeah, so we in Buddhism we generally discourage just reading the book and accepting the book. We want you to think about it. So
Actually, good counter.
these schools, the mind-only school is actually split into two parts. Those that favor book, the scriptures, and those that favor thinking. Why did it come up here, by the way?
Because we were talking about, he used, Hiryochi used, because we started talking about quotes to prove certain things in the
Good.
mind-only school.
Yeah.
So he specified that we were talking about that division of the mind-only school in terms of the quotes.
Okay,
we're
cool.
learning.
Yeah.
He's quoting two sutras, if you remember.
Yeah.
Sri Lanka.
Journey to Lanka and
What I really meant.
what I
yeah,
really
what I
meant.
really meant.
Yeah.
But they believe it's literal scriptures.
That's a long story. Okay, go.
What two Buddhist masters is said to belong to that lower division, and why does this seem illogical?
Yay.
Oh yeah. Dick Naga and his
Uh-huh.
Dharma
The
Kirti.
Naga and the Kirti.
Why does that seem
So the two
illogical?
big guns of the second school are supposedly the literalists of the third school.
Yeah.
That's
Which
why
is
it seems
confusing.
illogical, because they're of the second school.
No, it's a joke. It's illogical because they're supposed to be from the logic.
Yay, logical.
Waka waka waka.
What is the What is the probable logic behind it?
Oh, there's a logic.
Yes. Well, it didn't say, but we were like,
Something
whoa.
I don't know. I had my own cockamamie theory, but I don't remember us coming up with one.
I don't know. Hey, I'm not taking the homework. You guys are.
Remember because the Sautranticas that follow logic were close to the
Okay, it's a
the mind only
Rikpa
school people that followed
Scripture.
yeah, in their beliefs.
Say Rikpa Gotsum. Parallel reasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah. If the lower Madhyamikans can be called mind onlys, then the lower mind onlys can be called sutras. According to the Tek theory,
Or the sutras can be called lower mind.
which was his subject. Standing on the shoulders of the
Okay.
Shoulders of soldiers.
How do you say Master Diknaga and Master Dharmakirti in Tibetan?
Yeah.
Yap.
Yeah, yeah.
Both one.
Yap.
Choke bomb.
And
Yap.
Chittamatra.
Yap say literally, but how do you say Dharmakirti actually?
Chida.
Yes.
By the way, anybody want to explain Dignaga?
Yes.
Elephant
Go.
of the directions.
Yeah, nice. No, but it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that.
Well, dick, the word
Yeah.
dick comes into English as the word digit.
Yeah,
And the
or
word
dictator.
direct or dictate has to do yes, and a naga
in Sanskrit, which is usually like the serpent beings, can also be a word for an elephant because there's directional elephants.
So there's elephants of the 8 directions.
Naga's name means the elephants of the directions. And the Naga in Dignaga is not the same as the Naga in Nagarjuna.
Is it written differently?
No, it's the same spelling, but it refers to a mythical elephant in each direction. So his name is every direction or something. But it's confusing because it's Naga.
Is Naga related to the trunk, like Hasti or?
Could be. I don't know. Nostril. Nose.
Does it literally mean he's like all pervasive or something?
I don't know why they call him that, to be honest. I just remembered that it's the elephants of the directions, but I don't know what's the implication. Maybe his fame is spreads. It's like Kirti. I don't know.
Okay. What's with this B?
What's up, B?
Nice question. Excellent question, actually.
Yes.
Oh, he's talking about the four practices.
Of a bodhisattva.
You wanna explain?
Not to the Bhumi levels, but to the...
Four different ways of viewing emptiness.
Yeah, generally the book is very, very, very famous, right? Bodhisattva Bhumis. So Yogacara Bhumi, which is a Sangha's greatest work, and huge. And when you see Bhumi, you think 10 Bhumis, right? The 10 Bodhisattva levels. But
Okay. Should we want to explain further? So nobody else?
nah.
Yeah, it's the four yogic.
Yeah, I remember the question.
Oh yeah. But what's with it? Why does it matter? So what? What else could it be instead of a
Could be the foundation of yoga. Could have been a G.
It could have been a G, but what would that literally mean?
Foundation.
That's what foundation. That's what the she means. But what would sa she in that case mean?
Oh, the levels of
Yogic
Yes.
practice.
Yeah, levels as opposed to the four.
The four. Yeah.
Yes.
And they are homonyms. They're pronounced exactly the same. Gushi and Buji. So it's a big deal that he has a B there.
because it makes
Four
a big
levels.
distinction.
Yeah, so that famous book of Asanga, which is completely ununderstandable.
Let's translate it.
Art spent like 15 years on it,
Oh,
and
wow.
he finished it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I haven't tried to read it, but but it's, you know, it's a big thing. Like whole schools are based on that book, and it's a Yogacara Bhumi, right? There's levels, but our author spelled it with a B, so it'd be easy to skip it. It'd be easy to see it as Bhumi, but it's not. It's the four.
The 4 levels of yogic practice.
Experience. Yeah.
Meaning 4 flavors of emptiness.
Yeah, and I think our 6 flavors of emptiness teaching, which we did 15 years ago, 20 years ago, it kind of anticipates these 4. So let's go look at them. You ready? Are you done with your?
I'm done.
That was a great homework question.
Yeah.
Yay. You can confuse many generations of coming students.
Just passing on tradition.
Microphone. Hello. Oh, I'm supposed to take it back. Here we go. Okay. So actually, with Word's permission, that he doesn't remember giving, I would like to go into this is just this is 5 syllables, right? The 4 levels of yogic practice, okay? The 4 levels of yogic practice. And then he just goes on. For him, it's just a footnote. He's not talking about that. That's not the main subject here. He's gonna present 8 proofs, 8 classical proofs for kunshi. Why does the refrigerator exist that stores the seeds? But he mentions they are based on gone. These proofs are based on the 4 yogic levels. And you could just go on. You could just say 4 yogic levels and not treat it. But the style of our translation group, Mixed Nut style, is we hit on those things and we make a footnote. And sometimes the footnotes take longer than the book, as we've experienced. So I went and got you some references, and I'm happy with them. And there's a lot, and I don't think we should spend the time to go through all of them. But there's one that I really like from
Drop of Emptiness.
Dongten, yeah, which is one of my main target books after we finish our first, the sexy book, unbelievable great book, huge, Kedubje, and that's where the lion's dance come from. And every time you're searching for something, you keep hitting this book. So he's amazing. He's not as famous as Gyaltsabje, but he's more easy to understand. Why did I skip him? Anyway, I have lots of notes here. You can spend time on it for free. But I wanted to go here, okay? Let's see how long this is. Yeah, let's go through these 4 here, okay? So I'm going to mark it with some dollar signs. And you don't have to go through the notes before that, okay? Unless you just want to have fun. Okay, so we're going to cover those 4 yogic levels, which are the foundation of a Sangha's greatest work, okay? And they are not discussed in the monastery much. So this is kind of new territory. Okay, here we go. All right. Go ahead. Okay, I'm going to discuss the wording of these 4 yogic levels. Of these 4, okay, the first one is described in some scripture, I think it's Yogacara Bhumi even, as Samchungi Rakpa, a rough understanding of emptiness, which comes from contemplation and not from direct perception. Okay, so the first level comes from contemplation, and it's rough. It's relatively rough, okay? And that's expressed in the Tsikche, means the segue. I didn't know the expression. I looked it up. Segue wording. Okay, so the words comes from contemplation, and it's rough. It's segue wording. It's just wording to connect 2 sections. But Kedubje wants to focus on it because it describes the first of the 4 levels. Okay. And here's kind of the definition of this level of emptiness. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah. And this is the guts of the first level, okay? This is the guts of the first level. And we know it from Venerable Utpala's text. We spent a long time on this, okay? Pungsok Chechen.
Let's take the 5 heaps and so forth.
Yeah, which could be the ayatanas and the dhatus, okay? They are empty of, okay, here's the verb. It's a verb. They are empty, and in English we say of, and in Tibetan you have to say by. They are empty of, and then here's a list. Kangsak,
Self.
Rangyatupa.
Its own power.
Yeah, in the 6 flavors of emptiness, it's the guy running the crane. Yeah, the guy who's controlling his body and mind. Arm stand up, arm get down, you know, and then in the end, in the hospital, you're like, can you hear me? We had an embarrassing moment, should I tell you, where I couldn't work the bottle in the bed, you know, and I'm like, Veronica, can you do the bottle in the bed? She's like, okay. And, okay, so like you don't even have control of that. In the end, you don't have control. You look like you have control, but you don't, okay? And you will find out when somebody else has to do the bottle for you. Okay, so Kansa Ranke Tupe, this is the Gakcha, which is what?
Object that the second school denies.
Yeah, a person who is in charge of their pee bottle. Okay, don't exist. Gotcha. Okay, Ranga Tupe. Now, Zeyue means substantial in the sense of being independent. So we like to translate it that way. Ranga Tupe Zeyue is the normal phrase here. Rangya Tupe Zeyue means substantial in the sense of being in charge of your body and mind. Okay.
Say my text self-standing.
Yeah, self-standing's fine.
But don't we use a different spelling of Jap?
Nope. No, this is the normal. Yeah. Then, but he has thrown in something sexy here, which is tak. Huh? Unchanging. Unchanging. Okay. So he has mixed 2 flavors. Right? Yeah, 1 and 2. Good. Okay. He slipped it in there. Now he's covering 2 lower school views of emptiness in 1 sentence. Empty of a self, which is self-standing and unchanging. Okay, unchanging. So the first level of yogic activity is to understand these first 2 flavors of emptiness. That's very beautiful. Okay, and that's the whole basis of a Sangha's greatest work. Okay, and our author just said 4 levels, and he didn't explain them. So this is going to be a sexy footnote. You know, the first yogic level focuses on the Gakcha as a person who's in charge of their pee and who's gonna last forever. Okay, and that's a Gakcha, the emptiness. Okay, first level focuses on that. I think we can just go ahead. He gives more detail about it, but I'm not gonna go into it, okay? Except to say, I'd like you to note this sentence, okay? This phrase. Start here. Nyomong.
Nyomong pe sengyuraptu mashiwar jepa se tilwar kyur pao.
Yeah, $100.
Nyomong pe sengyu, a mind which experiences mental illusions. Raptu very shiwar.
The semgyu is the object of the sentence. The subject of the sentence is nyomong.
Right. A person who's experienced having mental afflictions, a person's personal mental afflictions.
The subject of the sentence is the mental afflictions. The mental afflictions, Raptu Mashiwa, the semgyu.
Put to extinguish.
This means peace.
Oh, nirvana.
What's the definition of a klesha? If you came to the Lamrim and Diamond Mountain, yeah, it disturbs your mind. That's a definition of a negative emotion. Rang yun denki kazak ki semgyu mashiwa chepe semjung semba nyomongi kini. Okay, a thought which disturbs your peace of mind is the definition of a negative emotion, klesha. Okay. So normally the nyomongs, by the way, you lost the money already, so just forget it. The function of the nyomongs, of the negative emotions, is to mashiwa chipa,
Not
to make,
unobserved
to ruin the peace of mind
on nirvana.
of the semgyu, of the person who has them. Okay, the function of a negative emotion is to wreck your peace of mind. Okay, that's the definition of a negative emotion. But the point I want to bring up, the point I want you to emphasize, and I'm not reading the whole 10 pages with you because it's take too long, okay, is this unusual verb, say chilwa. I'm sorry. I didn't say chilwa. It's say chilwa. And it means to suppress the head. Push, you know, the nyomong sticks its head up. It starts to ruin your peace of mind, and you push it down by understanding those first two flavors. Okay, this is not going to last forever. My body's not going to last forever, and I never had control over my BB anyway. You know, got it? Then those two understandings, that I'm not going to last forever, and I never had control over my arms and my PB anyway, those two emptiness understandings can suppress the unpeaceful makers. What's the implication?
Pop their heads back.
Yeah, temporarily, okay? First level of yogic practice, first two flavors of our 6 flavors of emptiness, just say chilwa. They just temporarily stop your negative emotions, but they will pop back up. They don't destroy it. It's not dachomba. It's not arhat. You didn't destroy anything. You're just holding them back, and they're going to come back. Okay. So the first level of yogic practice, 2 lower flavors of emptiness, not enough. We need 3 more. And we can anticipate. Part of translation is anticipation. What can we guess about the next 3?
That they're better.
Yeah, they're going to build on each other, like your text. They're going to build on each other. We're going to get a more sophisticated gakja, then we're going to get a more sophisticated gakja, and then we're going to get, number 4 is probably going to be something which doesn't exist through karmic seeds. Probably. Okay. So let's skip to, I'm going to skip all the detail, okay?
Being a mind-only text, it's, yeah, I'm interested. I don't know how to come up with 3.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Go. That was a nasty, oh my God, that was brutal. He made a level of yogic practice. They smushed it into Bai yoga. It's totally wrong, completely wrong, and it takes a long time to figure it out. Yeah. And they kept doing it. Those 3 exclamation marks are a half hour of pissed off. Okay. So what's it say now?
The 2 levels.
Yeah, well, number
Yeah, that's level number 2, rather than the yogi reached the second. Okay, go ahead, Mumbo. Explain what's going on at this second level. What's the gakja? What's the realization about the gakja? What's the emptiness here?
So
Higher level.
we're talking about blue, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
awareness of blue
And the awareness that holds blue.
are some of their
Not just the awareness, the wang also. We just went through that.
Yeah, which is
The state of mind and the eye.
Are together.
Okay.
One.
Yeah, they are working together. The eye, the awareness of the blue and the feeling about the blue, they are working together.
And by those,
they're only mine.
They realize that this blue, Ngumbodini,
yeah,
is,
Mind only.
no, it has a self. Or
this Dagni means made of.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
only one entity.
it's only made of mind.
Yeah, good. It's just part of your mind. It's just a part of your mind. The blue is just a part of your mind. And there is no
Chiro, outer object.
outer object. Okay. Second level of yogic practice. Okay. I put the husband in the kitchen. And I put me in the kitchen. Okay. Got it? The subject and object are coming. This is the way we teach it at DCI. Yell at your kids. A week goes by. Walk in the kitchen. And the seed splits into me and my husband, and we have an argument. Okay. So question for you. Where's the ngumbo? Where's the blue?
There's there's only.
Where's the blue? In this school, in this second level.
It has to be inner, it's not outer.
But where is it? Yeah, it's in the kunshi. Good. And the seed was in the kunshi. And the seed opened in the refrigerator, and you're looking at blue in your own mind. And who's the real looker that we're worried about? Yeah. Yeah. Your klesha mind is watching your refrigerator mind and saying, my wife, my husband's yelling at me. But actually, it's inside your refrigerator mind. There is no husband out there. Chill out. You know? Yeah. Mistakes it as a chirukidan.
Yeah, I mean,
As an outer thing. Cool. So I don't know. We're burning through these viewpoints pretty fast. We're supposed to have 2 more left. Okay. Now, what can you predict about the effect of this understanding on your kleshas?
it suppresses.
Good.
Say chill.
We expected say chill. Let's see if we chill out or not. Oops, he didn't get into it. Okay. No, here we go. Oh, say go nun. That's the normal expression for suppress. Press the head down. Okay. So it's either say chill is the ancient, or go nun is totally equivalent. Okay. And normally you say go numba.
You don't think he's trying to differentiate between degrees?
Nah. Well, maybe the last one takes the spike out, and this one levels it, or something like that. You could say that. But the point is, and often this comes in Lam Rim teachings. Until you understand emptiness, you are just go numba your anger. You can think about your husband had a bad day, or you can think about he's not such a bad guy usually, and you can do 1,000 psychological ways to deal with your anger, and it's all temporary suppression. You cannot destroy. According to Buddhism, you cannot destroy anger in any other way than to see that the husband was never there. Okay, that's the only way you'll ever be able to destroy your anger. Okay, so second level practice. What can we anticipate might be the third level? Because again, that helps translation. If you walk into the sentence guessing what it's going to be about, you can translate better.
It's going to be Swatantrika because we went Chiro. You already said Chiro dun.
We finished the subject-object thing.
Yeah.
We finished the unchanging self-control thing. We finished the... Oh, we might have the separate name stuff come up. Or the 50-50 thing, the magician show. Let's see where we go in number 3. Okay.
No, this is.
Well, it's so Sangha though, so maybe sometimes he's considered Svatantrika.
I'm not going there. Okay, here we go.
This text that we're
It's
quoting.
from Tongchen.
Oh, we're not in.
We're in Tongtun Chemo, but he's supposedly talking about...
Recording on it.
We're going to go back to your author, and he's going to say Mahayana Sangraha. Okay, but anyway, let's go. Okay, here's another. I didn't even give it the 3 exclamation points. Okay, but you can imagine how long it took me to figure it out. Okay, here we go. Read.
안연절 기사 손바니 무바 대된 파 trup나 랑낭 유트 제페 셰바 라지타르 낭 와타르 트룹 그신 대타르나 모낭 왕셰라 양 제트 Nangwa tar den par drup gopala.
Yeah, stop there. I'll give you the clue, okay? Gyangche.
At a distance.
Nice. Sexy. Unbelievable. You should share your computer mind with the other people. So what's the gakcha in the third one?
It has to be the 50-50.
No, don't.
Okay.
We guessed, but we were wrong. He's got another gakcha
Oh, I
here.
see. Because there's no distance with.
Yeah, the feeling of distance.
Yeah.
Gyangche. Okay? So he's distinguishing between the feeling of it being outside at level 2 and then the feeling of it being at a distance in level 3. And that's another gakcha. That's another kind of emptiness. Okay, emptiness number 2, this husband is outside. Emptiness number 3, he's standing on the other side of the kitchen.
Gosh, wouldn't you think
So he cannot be part of my mind.
order of subtlety would be reversed?
I don't know, that's kind of cool though.
It is cool.
That's a gakcha, that's a subset. Okay, I'll say it again. Emptiness number 2, yogic level number 2, my husband is not part of my mind. He's out there yelling. Okay? Out there, chirudun. He's out there yelling. Next level of emptiness. And he's not in my head. He's 12 feet away. He's 3 meters away. That feeling of distance is gakcha.
But it's still outside, right?
No.
He's saying there is no outside distance.
Level 2, he's not outside. Level 3, he's not 3 meters away.
It seems like a subset.
He's about a centimeter from my eyeball, going back.
So there's distance there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But what I'm saying is, we talked about it. We've talked several times about in the mind-only school, the illusion of distance is an important part of emptiness. The illusion that he's 3 feet away or 4 feet away is a big part of emptiness. He's not. He's here. So he's divided the outside husband into 2 parts. A, he's not outside of your own mind. He's a video running in your own mind. And 2, the feeling of distance is an illusion. Where does it come from? Do you remember? Yeah, Ngunjuki Bakcha. Countless lifetimes of saying 3 meters. Countless lifetimes of saying he's on the other side of the kitchen have created the habit of feeling he's out there at a distance, that there's distance between you, okay? It's very interesting. So the mind-only school takes the trouble to explain what's the seed for the feeling of distance. And they say it's just bad habit for countless lifetimes. You know, you kept saying over there. Out there, number 2. Over there, number 3. Got it? So that's interesting. They split the gakcha differently, this yogic level. Now, what's for number 4 going to be? Are they all mind only? Because now you have enough room to fit. Maybe. By the way, somewhere here, here it is. Go nun.
Suppressed.
Yeah, level 3 is only a suppressor. Okay, it cannot stop your mental afflictions forever. Okay.
They use the exact same word, so we can't say that he's getting more suppressular.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Nyanjol Yisa Shibala Samchungi Rikpa Gomchungi Nyamlen Gompe Shetrip Pomtulo.
Yeah, so he wants 3 stages within number 4. He wants 3 stages within the 4th level of yogic practice, okay? The first is Samchung.
Rising of
Contemplation. Just thinking about it. Oh, my husband must be not separate from me, okay? First level of number 4. First level practice in number 4. Then it becomes internalized.
meditation.
Gomchung. It becomes part of your behavior. Yeah, comes from meditation, but it means it becomes part of your personality. The minute you walk in the kitchen, you're aware. Okay, he's not out there. He's not at a distance. Okay, yeah. And then finally, that habituation And that lifestyle leads to shiripong. Yeah. Yeah. You actually reach Buddhahood by continuing to think of who your husband really is. Okay, so 3 levels of yogic practice, number 4. And they go all the way up to Buddhahood. Okay, number 1, you think more about it. Number 2, you internalize it, it becomes part of your personality. Number 3, it becomes so much a part of your personality that you become enlightened. Okay? Okay.
The 3 things that happen after practicing.
Yeah, but so by the way, I believe the first 3 yogic levels are samchung and tuchung. They're almost like, so these yogic levels spread from 2nd path to 3rd, 4th, 5th path, okay? They start out probably at the pen with the first one, thinking I'm not in control, I'm not unchanging, okay? So there is, I read in the literature somewhere here that they spread across 4 of the paths. You see, the first 3 levels of yogic practice are basically 2nd path. You're just thinking about emptiness, and then it starts to become direct, and then it becomes Buddhahood. Is all inside the 4th one. Okay, cool.
And this one doesn't have any subtle. So the most subtle version of emptiness is just.
He's going to explain it in 3 steps here. See, look here, dambo, which you get from thinking. 2nd, which you internalize, and 3rd, which you have at Buddhahood. So let's go look at those 3, and we'll be done with this 5 syllables, which is why we're going so slow. Okay, go. Go ahead. Yeah. No, but that's where we are. That's who we are. We are the mixed nuts. We kick ass. We go for the hard stuff. We could just gloss it over. It's just 5 syllables. We didn't have to explain it. But I think it's beautiful. I think that's what I want us to be. And by the way, there's this principle in like learning carpentry or probably airplane flying. If you learn the basics super well, the rest comes faster, you know. So these footnotes are going to start to... it's going to get a point where you can steal his footnote and put it in your text. And so we'll have a database of footnotes. Okay, here we go.
당분이 응어속당 니 난기 시발 마체 니메 키 랑리 예양 덴페 너 니메바 테텐 칭절 관중와 인페 제 유마 신주어 셴녜팔
Chedo. This ngepa chepa means you reach a point of certainty, or you reach a point where you really recognize what. Ngoso ninang ki shepa mase. What's ngo? Blue. Ngon or ngo same. They're spelled 2 different ways. Okay, it's a damka. And by the way, ngo can also mean mange. The dog skin disease is called ngo. Blue. Mold. Okay. Mold is called ngo. So anyway, so ngo sok, ninang.
Discrepancy.
Appears as 2.
Yeah, it's an illusion. It looks one way and it is a different way. But what is the ninang according to the last level we were on?
That there's a distance.
Yeah, and also the second one. Yeah, good. Yeah, the illusion that it looks as if it's outside and at a distance, 2 things, and the fact that it's not, is called the discrepancy. Ninang, the discrepancy. So at this point, you have grasped the discrepancy about blues and stuff like that. Mase.
It doesn't go away.
No, mase means, but that's not all. Not just that. Mase means not just that. We're going further. We're going further. You understand the discrepancy. You understand that things are not outside and at a distance. But there's more. Ni meki rangring.
There's no, the 2 aren't apperceptible.
There's a lack of perception, a lack of discrepancy even in Rangri, even in your perception of yourself.
Yeah, the ability of the mind to know itself somehow is not having this division into outside and inside. Okay? And that apperception, it's called in psychology, doesn't exist by truly. The apperception itself doesn't exist truly.
Somehow you think there's a difference between.
Why? Here's the day, colon. Because it is Denjing Doer Chung.
Because it is interdependent.
It's dependent origination. So in this school, at third level, first part of the third level, the first part of the 3 levels to the 4th level, during the first of the 3 levels to the 4th level, you understand something about the ability of the mind to be aware of itself. Okay, and it's not real.
Wow.
The thoughts are also coming out as seeds. Okay, something like that. And then that's dependent origination.
Wow.
Okay, that's dependent origination. Your own thoughts are coming from seeds in your mind.
So part of
Okay.
they're so worked up about Rangrik is like in no way everything is Rangrik. You're always
Yeah.
in your own mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty.
And that's dependent origination. And that's what it means to be Gyuma.
illusion.
Illusion, yeah, here it is. Maya. Gyuma Shin means illusory. The Shin means illusory. So at the first of the 3 parts of yogic level 4, you realize that the thoughts in your own mind are also coming from seeds, and it looked like they weren't, but because they are, that's dependent origination, and therefore all things are like an illusion. And that's just the beginning of step 4. Okay, and that's Samchung. That doesn't come from direct experience. It comes from going to class and going home and thinking about it on the airplane. Okay, we're ready for
4.2.
Yeah, 4.2. We're ready for 4.2, which is supposed to be Gomchung. Internalized. It's become part of your behavior. Okay, here we go.
일반인 추탐체 양 다파나 칙드 댐베 응오보 한오보 메발라 속발 딱베 응오워 니탕 첼와 니노 냠트 곰페 남술레노.
Moly.
Hang on. I'm worried about this too.
Oh, cheek do, maybe.
Maybe, but maybe not.
Wow, that's gonna get solved in 1 minute.
It's not going to get solved in 1 minute. But anyway,
Someone must have quoted this thing.
yeah, so now we're on the second level, which is Gomchung, internalized, not just thinking. And it's the highest level of these 4 about emptiness. Okay, so what's the Gakcha is that things are not
Working on
singular, truly. Okay, and neither are they non-existent. They are not truly one, but neither are they nothing. Okay. Yeah, and they are devoid of trawa. Okay, any such essence. Where they could be called existing or not existing or singular or not singular. They are devoid of all those descriptions from their own side. Okay? And when you think to yourself that way, nyam, and you meditate that way, that's the practice of the 4th level of yogic practice.
You really want that to be a do then?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it could survive as a tu.
Boy,
But okay, now the last one's a long story. It's a whole paragraph, so let's leave it for next time. Okay. But it has a happy ending here, which is you're going to get rid of your obstacles to omniscience.
bongo.
Okay, bongo. Okay, got it? So we're still got the big conclusion, the end game of the 3rd level of the 4th level. Okay, all right, stopped here. What's it? Well, we got to talk about that. I mean, generally that book is written from Prasangika's point of view, but I think he's describing the mind-only point of view.
Here, look, this does nothing for me. Why don't you use it?
It doesn't fit my computer.
Oh, you're right.
There's a cord downstairs. If someone could go get it for me. Okay, 5, 7, 19. You ready?
That was
Gi Joshi Meto Tram Rira Blinshi Ninde Gempadi Sangye Shindu Mite Uagi Doku Namdashi Achupasho Idam Guru Rata Mandala Kamniyatayami Di Kyo Kun Sonam Yeshe Chozo Shin Sonam Yeshe Lechuwe Damba Kuni Tobasho. By the way, at the beginning of that description, Kedub J says, look, no one ever got this straight, so I'm going to tell you the way it is. You know, he's kind of modestly. He says no one ever got these four straight, so I'm going to get it. You know,
Good. Thanks, Steph.
You're welcome. That was hard. You're